Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Control. I figured out where I made that wrong turn last time, so it's time for another pretty cool little side quest before getting back to the astral bleed and the rituals. It was actually right here near the intended path, too. Just a small offshoot from it. So again, we're going to crash through the slightly unintuitive window pathway into the upper offices. And then instead of heading through the double doors, like so, which would take us to the critical path, just right down these stairs and through transit access is an elevator that takes us directly to the side quest.
Properly trained. Guess I pass. I am very properly trained.
Intense blue lights.
I remember that camera. How the hell did it get out? Are they shooting movies now?
Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But you know who is shooting movies now? Us! We even have the letterboxes to create a cinematic aspect ratio. Because this is Jesse Faden starring in Swift Platform.
After that camera! And step on it!
Every time music comes blaring to the forefront in Control, it's always good. It's always a memorable sequence. So we have a handful of hazards that we either have to jump over, duck under, or just be on the opposite swift moving platform for. And then also, whoop, the hiss are gonna start coming in too. Okay. I don't actually know if charge is going to be very good for the hiss that are going to be spawning in.
No way am I sharing the spotlight with his.
Shit, I guess that kind of answers my question. Well aimed, that rocks. That rules. Holy shit. Damn, what a good movie. Truly the Schindler's List of video games. Oh, I think I clipped the column. Uh-oh. Let's do this with the shoddy and the death from above. Okay. Oh, this is just really pretty. Oh, this is probably gonna be a better job for neither of these. Let me put spin on instead of charge. That should be better. Oh no, my momentum. It has been shattered. This is just a delight. See on the platform ahead of us, there's someone coming up. But he's still so far in the distance that we can't really do anything yet. There we go, he's coming more into focus so we can shoot at him. Or, alternatively, we can just hold the shield up and let inertia do its job. Oh, I think these are more floaty-sploaties. At least some of them are. Ooh, we might have to bail on this platform. Yeah. This song also, it rules. This whole section's pretty fun. And third act villain is our boss, who is unfortunately not really a unique enemy. It's the only downside. And we can really work him once we have the energy to do so. One more? Yeah. Now and now, one more go at the camera. Ooh, that's so smooth. And that is a pretty good way to spend 7 minutes.
Wait, what? We're back? Did that really just happen? Felt like a dream. Or maybe a bad movie.
Our film swift moving platform was a huge success, and I'm glad to have starred in it. It really changed my career. You could say it really launched me. Ha 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 ha. Oh god. Oh no. It's a really silly side quest. I just like it a lot. It's good aesthetics. And now we can go back to what we had just left off, where we had just finished Marshall's hotline call, halfway through the firebreak, en route to our next ritual in the collapse department. Well, I might have to turn my air on. Might have to turn it back on. Hopefully I've done some things to cut down on the noise that will filter through. But goddamn, I can't deal with summer heat. Listen, hurry, meet. Once again, a quick word from our former. Who has a role to play in this yet? Oh, we got that from the other side. Cool. Progress, jolly good, but 2 holes / lollipops are left to...
Board, are you there?
Danger director, board broken deeper. Understand? Tool other new forbidden. Board. Given former, yours, necessary, go.
Okay, what the hell is going on? Wait, I'm back here?
You should, can, better not be here, director.
Wasn't my idea. Blame the eyeball.
The other tool/weapon is forbidden. Former, it adrift, is trying to mislead you.
Yeah, we have our differences. But it is giving me something you won't.
The board is not happy about us taking a power that it did not permit us to have. That secondary power. That choice in the beginning, by the way, is a false choice. Pretty sure you always get the shape ability, and then you get the ability to shoot the crystal formations to destroy them. And that's the one Former, I think, always gives you. No matter which side, left or right, you actually choose. You are being reckless/disobedient.
What I can/can't have.
I love that she talks that way to it. Especially using its own linguistic quirks in addressing it. And that she is really not having its shit. Has a nice hefty feel to it too. You cannot control this. You cannot control your staff. You are mismanaging the bureau/self/narrative. Okay, let's let them get on the platforms. This is its main combat application, is just shooting the floors out from underneath terrestrial enemies. It's largely just for environmental access and for puzzle solving, though. There are arenas around the Foundation
Tired of being jerked around the astral plane.
that feature that.
If you're listening, I want some answers.
And now we're in the blackened version of the astral plane that we usually find the Former in. Alone, long visitor happy. Tunnel open, grateful. So is it being altruistic or is it being manipulative? Welcome/speak. So you can fight the Former again, but that's the way less interesting option here than talking to it.
Hi there. It was nice of you to give me something the board wouldn't. What are you getting out of it?
Void, nothing, egress.
So I'm just supposed to believe you're a particularly charitable, whatever you are?
Neither, both, hungry?
Hungry? I mean, yeah, actually, I'd love a sandwich or something. That's not what you meant, was it?
Right, panini, Former, board, abalone.
Are you part of the board? Or used to be?
Once split, board blame.
Okay, so you split because the board blamed you for...
Inside, beyond nail rescue house, sun, warning.
Gotta be easier to play charades. Do I need to rescue someone?
No.
I don't know what I expected. Listen, this has been great, but I have to go. Thanks for your help, and, stay out of trouble.
House, listen, nail, leech, burn, go.
What was Former trying to tell me about the board? Should I trust either of them?
Oh, we're gonna capture this rolling quick. This is gonna be our healing. I like that the color shifts too. It looks pretty rad when it's not completely enveloped in red. Kind of like a mirror ball. Unfortunately, there's nothing else for us to fight with the aid of our Healy friend, our Healy ball. And just like this looks like the Foundation. Or, rather, Ati's vacation spot in the Foundation. That actually leads us right around to the crossroads, where now that we have that new shoot ability, there are even more roads opening up before us from the crossroads. This time they're going to let us reach both the canyon rim and research site Gamma.
The Rangers found a section of the containment sector in the caves, but no house shifts occur down here. Strange. I should get back out there. Agreed. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
There we go. Air is on, and I am sweating. Whew. So let us rest up for a quick minute just to reset our checkpoint, our bonfire, if you will. And we can start moving forward again with our new power.
Weird entity A or B, or neither. Let's just stay the course for now. The Bureau's in danger. You know we have to prepare the new. The astral plane won't break reality on my watch.
So, compartmentalizing one problem at a time.
I'm in the astral plane. Oh, this bleed is just getting worse and worse.
This will take us back up to above the pit, so we can get this, in case you didn't manage to escape the small trap. And let's get the other one. Oh, you know what? I was looking back over my notes, and I forgot to mention that Ashtray Maze was being worked on throughout the entire duration of this game's development cycle.
Looks like the astral bleed goes both ways.
So from the time it started to 3 years in, that it was constantly being iterated upon. There was supposed to be a GDC talk about Ashtray Maze that was going to go further in depth about its creation, but that was in the before times, so I'm pretty sure it was canceled. I would love to be wrong about that. Like, I hope they just hosted that as a video somewhere on their site. I haven't been able to find it if they did, though. Oh, also, when we were going through Ashtray Maze, or sometime shortly thereafter, I made some kind of mistaken comment about one of the interesting facets of the song, and I can't actually remember what I was mistaken about, just that it was pointed out in the comments in that episode. But I did remember what I had found so interesting about it that I just forgot about or misspoke on. It's that the song Take Control that plays in that section has a message backmasked into it. And it says, I actually wrote it down. In their drunken feverish state, the pyramid in the stolen file becomes a spruce tree. Then a diamond will tell you where Asgard is, and landing on a polar star, rushing to the Red Room, find the quarry to take you to a secret rendezvous. Maybe even giving foreshadowing about this, but then again, given the song that was backmasked in Alan Wake's American Nightmare that hinted at Control all those years ago, maybe it's setting something else far in the future up too. Oh, and oh shit. Speaking of things I beefed a little, so way back when, someone named Gorth the Half Vamp asked if I could dedicate a shout out to one James Turley, their father. who always used to say, "Have a good one" to people, like I do in my outros. And their dad passed when they were 17, and they asked for a shout out to him in time for their birthday, which was April 11th.
Have windows. If you notice a window, immediately close your eyes and make your way to the nearest safe room. You are permitted to fashion a blindfold from an article of clothing. Any resulting lapse in dress code will be excused. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, how kind. They'll permit a lapse in dress code if you have to fashion a blindfold from your clothing to avoid the supernatural window that's popped up in their workplace. Cool. Yeah, that was April 11th, or it was supposed to be, so I'm a little bit off, just a tiny bit. But linear time is a fake construct, so in a way it's always April. Sorry about being late, Gorth. James Turley sounds like he was a decent guy and a pretty good dad, so here's to him. We just have to find a solid spot to put that battery. Unless we don't actually need... It's dangerous to ever think that you don't need the battery or the key item. But I'm pretty sure I can reach what I need to reach. Otherwise... Got way off the rails there. And ended up looping back to the beginning. So there's you, and where are we gonna find another battery now? If anywhere. Or is that even relevant? Nah, I think we could have just done this from either side. I think this would have come up either way. Just on the left or the right. Oh, I would love a big, strong, beefy boy to walk over that crystalline floor so we can just shoot that out from under it. Alternatively, we can just ignore all the shambling mooks and have ourselves a go at the next platform. Ah, there we go. Ah, another one. Good, good, good. He kind of floated coyote time in midair. I think a pickaxe just went soaring past me. Oh no, another! What a bunch of bastards. They are so rude. They're like one of the only new enemies, and they're rude. Here at Remedy, we've programmed our enemies to be extra rude. Just a bunch of fuckers. We'll take this one for our own purposes. Then maybe we can be left alone while we try to solve the puzzle. And this is just repeating what we did back in the elevator, back in the warehouse, when we were trying to power all those different levels of the elevator. Just a slightly different visual context to it. And with the addition of having to blow up some of the crystals with our new ability so the battery can sink all the way down to the bottom where it's supposed to be. I think it'll be the same on this one. Yeah, you can see it getting stuck a little bit. Kind of a cool idea. And what I will say about this area is that this is a cool gimmick and it's kind of a cool loop. But I think this section lasts for kind of a long time of just doing this over and over. So it does become a little bit repetitive. Especially since it is an echo of and building upon something that we've already done quite a bit in the DLC. I do really like dropping these just because you can actually feel how much weight and mass these things have. It helps the astral plane to have more physicality to it. It is immersive. And you see there are so many polygons that it's just bursting with emotions. Oh, I'm so fucking angry. Just with Quantic Dream in general, always, and David Cage. And I'm replaying Detroit for reasons. The reasons. And hopefully we will all see that one day. Just like we see the board looming off in the distance. Oh. I think that puts us about halfway through this section. Still have a few more of these to go, which is why I think it gets a little long in the tooth. If this was the climax to it, it wouldn't be that bad. I think it would actually be perfect if it was paced to be right around here. Ooh, you're being evasive. Because we probably can't make it all the way over. With some creative use of the mid-air sprint, someone might actually be able to clear that gap without doing anything else. I'm very curious to see how speedruns of the Foundation specifically develop. I think Control may have been done earlier this year at AGDQ for the first time, but it just came out in October, so the course of that speedrun's development, let alone this first DLC expansion, nothing is set in stone about any of those runs. And since the enemies are not too aggressive, we can ignore them a bit. Quite a bit. Only problem is now we have to go find a box. And if we want to find a box without being hassled constantly, we gotta shoot them. Gots to shoot the enemies. I think there are no more enemies to shoot, which is nope. I'm immediately proven wrong. Cool. No more enemies to shoot? Good. Either way, we found the battery. I think this is also the longest you spend in the astral plane in any one scene. Aw, why couldn't you spawn on the floor here? That would have been way better for me. Spin on these bigger enemies when you can get up close, it can really rip through them. Especially when they have big old noggins. These big old melons that you can dump rounds into and get non-stop headshots. Yeah, cool. Oh, I didn't even realize he was on this floor. Fuck. How? How did you escape the... No! What? That's wild. You should not be able to escape the pit like that, sir. Bane is very sad. He just wanted to do art therapy with him. By the way, if you like my recommendations that have been given out throughout this LP, Harley Quinn is so good. I have effusive praise for that show. It's hilarious, it has a really good heart, and really, really good character work. God, Clayface and King Shark are the best too, and Bane. It's like one of my favorite iterations of Bane. Now where? I may have not uncovered the other... Yeah, because this is crooked. And when you send the box into the void, the box respawneth, like Jesus Christ himself, who was known to be a 2,000-year-old box. He shares DNA with the box. As do we all. Am I part box? Do I have box DNA in me? No. I'm surprised you had to ask that, Hannah. And one final rec for the day. Something that I watched last night, and it made me cry twice. Partially because I was so overwhelmed with how seen it made me feel. Hannah Gadsby's stand-up special from 2020 on Netflix called Douglas. Watch it immediately. If you're not autistic, watch it, but especially if you are autistic, please watch it. Holy shit, I've never felt that seen by any piece of media. And it's just fucking pure comedic delight. Oh, it's so good. Hey, I'm glad that this section is kind of interminable, because it gave me a chance to talk about Hannah Gadsby's Douglas. And next up, tonight, after I finish recording this, Green, you do not spec to it. After tonight, I'm gonna watch Nanette and see what that's all about, because holy shit, Douglas was just so completely for me. And it's making me realize twice as hard as ever. Like, it's thrown this in a really sharp relief that everybody should get to feel that way more often. Like, everybody should be able to feel that scene, especially the people who least often do. Everybody should have that kind of positive representation. Everybody deserves that. I wish I had had that when I was a kid. There's another one directly above. Oh, I don't know if that one on my right just death from above. Or it was just like a dash. Either way, they can chill there. Because we are about at the end of this. I think that brings up the etching. Yeah. Once we get low enough, we can just death from above and cover a lot of ground quickly. I'm a fan of just using that for mobility purposes. That's really fun. I don't think this is gonna explode, but it's red, so it should. It did! Hooray! Ooh, okay. Managed to take a little bit of damage there. That's not a problem. We just need energy so we can bombard this thing. That's maybe the mistake that I made throughout the body of the main LP, is not upgrading energy enough and just therefore not being able to bombard some of those enemies who really rely on the relentless assault. So I made a couple of fights harder on myself than they needed to be by just not properly prioritizing my tools. Let's see, anyone else before I get back to the main problem? No, there's still you. Okay, I need to just chill here for a moment. Aw, friend. Aw, friend, you're embarrassing me. Please stop this, sir. What are you doing? This is uncalled for. No, there's still one more because the red no-go zone, the fucking red go-gurt coating, has not left our obelisk.
There's the etching.
Our recent confrontation / yelling was an error. We decided / determined you may have both tools / upgrades. Oh, how nice, after we've already gotten them. Only because you are the favorite / current director. But do not listen / speak to former. You are welcome / grateful. That's so scummy, isn't it? They're basically trying to gaslight you into believing that the power you seized for yourself was actually given to you with their blessing, and that we should be grateful that they allowed us to have it. Completely undermining our effort in taking it for ourselves. Rewriting history. Oh, it's so insidious! It's such a pernicious little thing. And it's also really well written. Oh, I finally did it fast enough. We're nearly whole / fixed. Your trust / synergy is appreciated.
They sure changed their tune all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
I'm overthinking this whole board former thing. They can sort out their own business so long as it doesn't get in my way. Obsessing over these problems is something Trench would do, but I've got my intuition. And you.
It's almost like in trying to revise history, the board was trying to incorporate subversion. And with that, thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.